What's up, y'all? It's Juan Gotti here. I don't like bringing this kind of vibe here on my sports channel, but I need to say something as an African American male. Justice for Sonia Massey. That is absolutely tragic and outrageously bad what happened to her yesterday. And this is a case that happens too often in the African American community. Getting unalived by the police, people that we're supposed to go to for help, people that we're supposed to trust with our lives, and if an emergency breaks out, we're supposed to be the ones calling them for help to protect us. And yet, year in and year out, case after case, the police are the ones unaliving us. Now, I don't want to go too deep here on my sports channel, as I'm going to be making a deeper video on my Chewy IRL channel. That link is down below in the description, where I'm going to be giving my honest thoughts on the whole situation. But it's sad and tragic. May Sonia Massey rest in peace. Let's get to regular scheduled programming here on Juan Gotti Talking Sports.
How I feel? Relax. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rockin' it. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she poppin' it, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video where we're going to be talking about the Washington Commanders reporting to training camp, Adam Peters, Dan Quinn opening the press conferences for the 2024 training camp today. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 8,000 subscribers. Again, we greatly appreciate if you can reach that goal as soon as possible. All right, let's get straight to it. So, the Washington Commanders reported to training camp today. Now, on-field activities doesn't start until tomorrow, but officially training camp doesn't start until the 27th. So, they're there. Year one is underway for Jaden Daniels in the rookies class, and Adam Peters and Dan Quinn had a press conference today. They said a lot of things. It was 31 minutes long. I was contemplating whether or not watch it live with you all, but I was like, you know what? I ain't going to bore them out by just watching a 31-minute video. I'm going to just give my overall opinion on what was said at the press conferences. Now, they kicked it off by talking about how, they were excited about this training camp. Adam Peters said this is the most hyped he's been for a training camp. Now that's probably due to the fact that he's now in charge. He's the head man, so this is his training camp as a general manager. And also with the excitement of just the overall haul of building this team from the ground up. Dan Quinn talked about Jaden Daniels. When will he be announced the starter, or how will that go out through the summer? And Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn obviously working close by with each other, and with Marcus Mariota, he kept it the professional answer. He said, there's no secret that we're trying to hide from you guys, but we're taking it day by day. Scrimmages, practices, drills throughout the summer and training camp, preseason leading up until week one will go on with that, and then we'll name a starter. Guys, we know Jaden Daniels is the starter. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Barring any kind of mature, craziness that happens this summer, Jaden Daniels is the starting quarterback. He's the number 2 overall draft pick. You do not draft nobody that high to sit them, especially if you believe that they can be a franchise-altering quarterback. Now, it's a different case in New England, where you had Drake May, who clearly was a raw prospect coming out of college and coming out of North Carolina. And I think also the kind of backup that we brought in this offseason says a lot about how they view Jaden Daniels. If we would have kept Jacoby Brissett, or if we would have brought in somebody that we know is capable of winning 7, 8, 9 games, then that I feel like says a lot too. But the fact that we brought in Marcus Mariota, who is serviceable, but you don't really expect to do much with him, tells you all you need to know about how they view Jaden Daniels. Again, he just gave you the proper media kind of answer, where he doesn't want to tip his hand, but there's no surprise to nobody. No one's going to be thrown off guard by this choice. Jaden Daniels is the starter week one, barring any kind of setback. Then he went on to talk about more guys like Jerzon Newton. As we know, Johnny Newton is dealing with a foot injury. He's healing up from the injury that he suffered there in college. And Dan Quinn said he expects Johnny Newton to be ready rather sooner than later. So that is a good sign. Honestly, for me, I'm not too worried as long as we can have him out there for one of the preseason games, or even if he doesn't have to play in the preseason, as long as he's healthy during week one, that's what I care about the most, more than anything trying to rush him back for training camp, because we have all season to practice. But there's no point of rushing him back for training camp and then him potentially injuring it even more to where he's not going to be available. Um, throughout the season, or he's going to be something that's going to be nagging with him throughout the season. We want him as healthy as possible. So, therefore, when the season comes around, he can be healthy. Today's video and all videos moving forward is sponsored by SeatGeek. Do you guys want to go to a concert or a sporting event coming up? Well, SeatGeek is the place for you, as they place the tickets from green to red into one interface. Green to know that you're getting a good deal, red to know if you're not getting a not so good deal. And right now, live on SeatGeek, you can use Juan Gotti in the promo code section to get $20 off your first purchase. The more you use this promo code right now, we're working our way towards a new promo code to where you can get $10 off any purchase. But you first have to use this promo code up so SeatGeek can see Juan Gotti's fan base is coming strong. And again, guys, it is a no-brainer to use this code. $20 to save you off tickets, or let's say you bought your tickets already, $20 off to save you on parking that you can keep in your pocket to spend on food or gas or whatever may have you. Punch in that code right now so you can go ahead and get your $20 off. Next thing that Adam Peters and Dan Quinn both talked about was the number 2 in waiver wire. Did you guys know that? That we're not only number 2 in this past draft, but we were also number 2, or we are number 2 in waiver wire. So Adam Peters brought up the point to the media that when we have open practices with like the Jets or the Dolphins, and then we have a preseason coming up, if there's some guys on the other team that piques your interest, that you see that you may want, you can then put a claim in for them, and we're the second team that has a shot. So that's very, very good. And again, why do you say that's good, Juan? Because let's just say you go out and you get a guy, right? You don't necessarily know if he's going to make your roster. You don't necessarily know if he's going to be good enough to make your roster. But there's nothing wrong with doing your homework. Bringing in guys, seeing if they fit, seeing where they could be. And you may come across a gem. Another thing that I believe this is good for is kickers. We know we need kickers. Right now we have Ramez from the UFL. Who else do we have as kickers? I'm pretty sure they're going to be kickers getting waived galore. And yeah, that probably isn't a good sign because they probably didn't do so well in training camp. Or it may just be a camp body for teams that have solidified kickers. Let's say they had a good training camp, but obviously they were not going to start over their starting quarterback or starting kicker because he was already there years and he's already solidified, but they just wanted to give him some shine. Okay, he's waived. Now Washington can bring him in, and we have the second opportunity to do that. So that's a big, big note, guys. We have the second team. We're the second team, just like the draft, behind the waiver wire, and that's very, very good. Also, another thing that Nikki Giovanni showed us was the training camp site for this year. If you go to training camp, I'm going to be popping out to Ashburn for the very, very first time. I've never been to a Washington Commanders training camp. I believe I'm going to go August 6th. I could potentially go earlier than that. I'll let you guys know when I'll be out there. But this summer, your boy Juan Gotti will be out there at training camp for the first time ever. So Nikki Giovanni showed us the training camp site. And it's patio covered, or not patio covered, but like overhead covered for the shade for the fans, so we can stay cool while we're out there. All over the stand area, the seating area, which is very cool because I know a lot of people that has gone to training camp in past, especially under the Dan Snyder era, has said it was rough there. It was super hot. It was not really comfortable to stay out there to see the fellas. But now Josh Harris is trying his best to make it comfortable with what he can. Obviously, we know new stadium, new practice facilities are probably in the work in the future, but right now he's trying to make best at what he can do. Let's see what else. It says a reminder as the Commanders continue to look at roster changes like all teams throughout the camp and preseason. They're the number 2 on the waiver wire as we just spoke about. Adam Peters on 49ers Brandon Ayuik posting a Commanders practice footage / screenshot of practice footage on social media. This is a good one because a lot of people were up and crazy about this right here. Adam Peters said this. I think first and foremost, he didn't have practice footage. Still, maybe, but we handled it internally. So that's very good, also, right? That's very good to know that they handled that inside the building without it getting messy, without it getting out to the masses. Although we already had our preconceived notion about how we felt about it, nothing internally got leaked. So we don't know if Jaden Daniels was held accountably. We don't know if Brandon Ayuk was handled accountably. We don't know how that worked, and I'm perfectly fine with being unaware because I don't want to know, because that's been too often the likeness or whatever, that's been too often likely with the old regime. I don't know what I'm trying to say right there, but that's been too like known to come with the old regime, stuff getting leaked. So it's good that we don't have that with this new regime. Dan Quinn on Jaden Daniels. Obviously, I already went over that. And that seems to be all the notes that Nikki Giabala went out and got out her way. And from when I watched it, and that's pretty much the main topics out of the 31 minutes. Them just being excited for training camp. Training camp is officially here. Talking about Jaden Daniels, talking about Brandon Ayuk, addressing the injury concerns and stuff like that. And then also the Commanders will retire down Daryl Green's number 28 during the Week 7 matchup against the Carolina Panthers. So that's very good for Daryl Green. Something that should have been done a long, long time ago, but we can go down that rabbit hole another time. All right, y'all. It's been your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hell to the Washington Commanders. Run the road to 8,000 subscribers. We really appreciate if we can reach that goal as soon as possible. Again, check out Chewy IRLs. That link is down below in the description, as I will be having videos dropping on that page, especially the one about I spoke about in the intro. So y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. Please stay safe out here. Peace.